Finding problems? That's easy. They exist in every community. I'm Terry Springs, your host. We're looking deeper, and we are talking solutions, finding out how we all can make a difference. Now on Talking Solutions, Chef Christopher Johns.
I am the executive chef of the South Point Hotel, and I'm very proud of it, and I've been there since the hotel opened.
Love the South Point. We have done so many things there with Beasley Media Group. June Fest and Diva's Day Out, and one of the reasons why I always am in South Point restaurants is because I love Three Square and I love Restaurant Week. The restaurants at the South Point are so generous in being participants in Restaurant Week, and I can't wait to go and have a wonderful dinner and at the same time donate dollars back to Three Square.
Restaurant Week is coming up in June this year. I believe it's the 18th it starts, and 3 of our restaurants are participating again. Silverado, Don Vito's, our Italian restaurant. Silverado is the steakhouse, and Primarily Prime Rib.
That was my first experience at Primarily Prime Rib for Restaurant Week.
Well,
people kept saying, you have to go there, you have to go there. And I said, I'll get there, I will. But Restaurant Week will get me out like a lot of locals. We go and try something new that we haven't done before, and it's a wonderful experience.
It's a great experience going to the different restaurants around town, especially at the South Point. And obviously it supports a good cause, which is giving back to the community, which is part of Chefs for Kids as well. But giving back to the community is very important to a lot of chefs in town who have a great lifestyle living here in Las Vegas.
Chef Christopher Johns is with us, executive chef for the South Point and all the restaurants. And Chef Chris, we talk about all of the giving back that you do. How long have you been a chef?
I've been a chef for a long, long time. I don't know why I decided I wanted to be a chef. I just got the inkling, and I started in a college in Oxford, a catering college. I worked in a little pub in the countryside called the Doghouse. I still think I'm in the Doghouse sometimes. Then I worked in the West End of London and Claridge's Hotel, a couple of nice places in London. I went to Puerto Rico for 2.5 years. I came to Las Vegas, went to Santa Barbara. I came back to Las Vegas. I went to Palm Springs. I came back to Vegas. And I've been here now, and I've worked in 5 major properties as a chef in Las Vegas.
Does Las Vegas get in your blood?
There's something about it. There's something here. The intrigue, the interest, the challenges, opportunities, like currently at the South Point, 11 restaurants, and we have a lot of opportunities with banquets and catering and just the challenges and being creative.
I love that you do so many things of a charitable nature, being executive chef for the South Point restaurants, a charity that you've gotten involved with, Chefs for Kids. It's been around for a long time.
Chefs for Kids, we started 26 years ago. Our 26th dinner and auction, May the 13th, which will be at the South Point. Fine organization. It is part of the ACF Chefs of Las Vegas and the University of Reno Cooperative Extension down here in Las Vegas. Our mission is to eliminate hunger and malnutrition through education and awareness, and we do this many ways. Our fundraiser is to help us support teachers. We also get a couple of grants, but we pay for the teachers which go in and teach 2nd and 3rd grade children sanitation, nutrition, exercise, a healthy lifestyle. And we follow this up. We go to 13 at-risk schools throughout the year and take a hot breakfast, which is provided by different chefs and different organizations in town. Some of the catering colleges, some of the hotels. MGM Grand is one of them. Circus, the Orleans, the Gold Coast, South Point, many other places. And we follow the teachers' guidelines with a healthy breakfast. And all the teachers that go in, we supply everything. There's no cost to the school district.
Chefs for Kids, we're talking specifically about the fundraiser that you have coming up on May 13th, the annual gala. It's a banquet, the dinner, but it sounds like you're involved in so many ways all through the year with Chefs for Kids. And I love, Chef Chris, the fact that you're concentrating on a certain age of children, those in 2nd and 3rd grade. You're going to give them the information while they're still quite young so they can continue their growing years, hopefully with healthy eating.
Well, I get the 2nd and 3rd grade children, and we know for a fact that there were a couple of chefs in Las Vegas who went to these schools, and many students at the culinary colleges were at these schools and got the inkling to become a chef or get into the culinary field. Education is very important, and we all know that. A lot of children nowadays don't get the opportunity to learn, and our teachers go in, and we know for a fact that this follows through on their life, and we're doing our little bit to keep America healthy.
And you know, Chef Chris, that kids also are very influential on their parents. So now the kids have this wonderful healthy eating education when they get back home and mom and dad are making dinner. They're certainly going to put in their 2 cents worth.
We've been told that, and we always have fruit out for the breakfast. Many of them take the fruit home for the brother or sister, the babies, things like that. They can't always eat the whole breakfast we give them, even though we aim for small portions so they understand you don't have to overindulge. We do that, and then we see them putting the fruit in their backpacks, and they say, I'm going to take it home for my sister. So obviously it helps, and as they take it home, the parents see it, and hopefully they follow through.
Share the goodness, pass along the knowledge. Chefs for Kids is our topic right now on Talking Solutions. And in studio, Chef Christopher Johns, a.k.a. Chef Chris, the executive chef from the South Point. I love the restaurants there so much.
I like them as well.
I think you probably have quite a hand in that. Chef Chris, I was looking at the healthy eating instruction that your chefs provide through Clark County School District teachers for 2nd and 3rd graders. And from what I see here, the healthy eating classes, they go on for the year for 12 months, but it's not like they have to study this all the time. They're broken down into very manageable 30-minute segments every month. Do you have a different topic?
The teachers go in and they will take a different topic. Part of the thing is we all know everybody has an attention span. Mine sometimes is a lot shorter than it used to be. And with children, if you try and give them too much knowledge at one time, they won't take it all in. But they enjoy the aspect of the food that we teach and the sanitation and nutrition and exercise and a healthy lifestyle, because a lot of it is hands-on. And we have provided the students with many little gadgets, little scrubbing brushes with our logo on it. So when they go home, they clean the vegetables, measuring cups, so they know they don't have to just pour out a box of cereal until the bowl's full. They can measure out half a cup. We have a lot of little instruments like that. Even at one time, little insulated food packs, so they could take the food home, or when they went out on picnics and all, it was insulated, so it did not get out of the temperature. And that was the danger zone of 41 degrees to 135. The danger zone where food will go bad, so they can keep it chilled. We've provided this with our logo on it, and we know they use them.
I like this idea of Chefs for Kids, because not only are you giving them the knowledge, the information through teaching them things like healthy eating, but you're also giving them tools where they can do it for themselves. It sounds like you're also teaching them. Not only do they understand what healthy eating is, but taking it another step further so that they can actually participate and do it on their own.
Well, Sue Lednicki, who is in charge of the teaching program from University of Reno Cooperative Extension, has led this program for a long time, and she's been instrumental in getting a lot of these little gadgets. The students see it, and obviously you can show somebody, you can tell somebody, but if they actually participate in it and they have something in their hand, it has a lot longer effect on them.
Chef Christopher Johns is in with us, a.k.a. Chef Chris, the executive chef from the South Point. We're talking about Chefs for Kids. I know that you had mentioned earlier that some of the chefs actually that you know from here in the Las Vegas area, some of them had gone to these schools themselves. So they know what it's like to be a kid growing up and needing the knowledge and then going on into a culinary career. Have you gotten positive feedback from these students over the years? Because Chefs for Kids now is coming up on the 26th annual gala, so it's been around for a while.
We've been around. We do get feedback. As I said, there's a couple of chefs in town. One of the chefs who participated in this was a gentleman called Terry Long, whose son was going to, I can't quite remember which school it was, but he became a chef following his father's footsteps, and he works at Circus, and when they do the breakfast, Terry Long Jr. is there as well. He's helped out at other breakfasts, and we feed all the students in the school when we go for breakfast. We educate the 2nd and 3rd grade, but when we go to the different schools, we'll do anything from 560 students up to 1,000. And we're going to Sunrise Acres, which is a large school, about 1,000 students. But we feed all the students in the school. And many of them come up, I remember you last year. Oh, what have we got this year? Oh, we're so glad you're coming back. And there are students that have gone on, as I said earlier, to the culinary colleges. We've had a couple which we have hired from the culinary colleges when they graduated. And they say that they were part of Chef Chefs for Kids, and they participate in the breakfasts and our gala dinner with packages to be auctioned off.
I'm sure they're excited to be a part of it for the kids that follow.
Oh, yeah.
I know CSN has a wonderful culinary program. We have a lot of culinary talent, both coming up and being educated, and those who are already here in Las Vegas. We're very blessed.
The College of Southern Nevada has a very good culinary program. The instructors there, I know pretty much all of them. There's a couple that were students in the program, went out into the industry for a little bit, gained a lot of knowledge and experience, and then went back to teaching. And the way they teach there is very hands-on, and it encourages people to give back. And the Art Institute, they have a good program there as well. There's a lot of talent in these schools.
I think the education that you guys are starting with 2nd and 3rd grade with Chefs for Kids, nutrition is one of my passions. Nutritional information is so critically important. And the things that you mentioned, Chef Chris, all are part of a complete, good, nutritional, healthy life. Because you mentioned the nutrition, the knowledge itself, healthy eating. You also mentioned exercise, movement. It's all part of this big package. I've got to believe that the education that you're sharing for those 2nd and 3rd grade kids through the Clark County School District these days with Chefs for Kids, I feel like food is medicine done the right way. Mm-hmm. And I believe that if they have the right nutritional approach and knowledge, it gives them better tools. This is not a short-term thing. This is for the entire rest of their life.
Well, we do teach moderation in portions. Obviously, the food groups having a balance with vegetables and fruits, grains, nuts, everything like this. Proteins are important. As they go through the program, they learn what is good, what is bad, and not to, as I said, overindulge. This is one of those things which obviously we hope and pray that it continues through their life, and so far we seem to be doing pretty good at it.
I cannot even imagine how many thousands of kids you have impacted in a positive way with knowledge with Chefs for Kids over a total of about 26 years at this point.
We've done a lot. We usually feed over 9,000 students a year. I don't quite have the figures with me here. I should have brought them, but it's pretty amazing when you think about it. And even outside, somebody will see you in your jacket in the casino or something like that. They said, oh, I used to go to this school and you used to give us breakfast there. And it's always a good feeling that they remember that we were there, and it's good. And quite a few of them always say that they follow the guidelines.
Think of how many you have impacted in a positive way in so many different areas.
Well, Chefs for Kids is good in that, and a lot of the chefs in Las Vegas, some have been in Vegas and moved on to other cities. Others are still here. And like I said, it's the heart and soul chefs of Las Vegas, the ones who've made their life here, settled down, brought up their own children, families, and it's just giving back to the community.
Next month, I'm here 25 years. And Chef Chris, how many years have you been in Las Vegas now?
I came here in 1974 the first time, and I left and I came back. So I've been here quite a few years. And last time I came back was 1979, and I worked at the Frontier Hotel, and I went to the Sands, and then Caesars, then the Orleans, and settled down at the South Point.
Good place to be.
Yep.
Chefs for Kids has their 26th annual gala, and it's coming up Saturday, May 13th at the South Point, which makes perfect sense since you're the head guy.
It's a great evening. We start off with a silent auction and a reception. This year's theme is Netherland. Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, the Little Pixies, and everything like that. So we themed some of the food and the menu around this theme. And the silent auction, there are so many packages out there to bid on. They vary from sets of china, sets of chef's knives, dining experiences in restaurants, gift certificates, golf packages. There will be packages there where a chef will come to your house, cook for 4, 5, 6 people. Those are the smaller packages on the silent auction. It's countless what we do there. The reception will be special food. Can't let everybody know what it is right now. And then you go into the gala dinner. That's a 5-course meal. Right after that, we have the live auction. The live auction will be packages where top executive chefs from the different hotels, MGM Resorts, puts a package on where 10 of their top chefs will come to your house, and each chef will be responsible for a different course. These packages go for anything from $6,000 to $10,000, which is great money for Chefs for Kids. The South Point has a couple of packages in there where we go to somebody's home. We theme menus different ways. We're doing one this year, or 2 honorees this year. One of them is Michael Severino from Southern Glacier Wines, who's been a friend of mine since the Frontier days and is very influential in Las Vegas with many charities. And the other honoree is the Binion Family Foundation. And the menu that I'm submitting this year is going to be a selection of food from the Binion Steakhouse and the old Venetian restaurant, which used to be on Sahara.
I remember. It was very themey in the front.
Yeah, that was it. Larry Ruvel's parents owned the restaurant, and Michael Severino was the general manager there for many years. So this package is going to be a combination of those two menus combined, and that will be on the live auction. We also have different trips. Sometimes we'll have a trip to Napa Valley, staying in a very nice boutique hotel, tours of the wine country, things like this. One is a big barbecue bash with tickets to see a UNLV football game, and that's usually at 50 people. That's put on by this Associate Advisory Board of the ACF. Gustav Mueller from Spadini's, certified master chef. He was our honoree a few years ago. He has packages in here. Also, going back to the silent auction, there's always bottles of wine, nice wine. It's a very interesting evening. The tickets, I believe, start at $195 for a single, but then there are different packages. If you go to chefsforkids.org, you'll find all the information there for the different packages. If you buy a table of 8 or a table of 10, you can put a group of people together and come. It's a great evening. We have music by Harbour Lights. We have some other entertainment throughout the evening. Dave Cavassier from Channel 8 has been our master of ceremonies for many, many years. We're very fortunate that we have Christian Colbert as our auctioneer, who manages to...
He does all kinds of stuff.
He does a lot of different auctions all over the city and everything, but he manages to get the crowd going and bidding up high. So with those two gentlemen, Harbour Lights, our dinner committee, who do a great job decorating the room, they help us generate quite a bit of money. And again, we're self-sufficient. We're tax exempt, 501c3. If you buy a package, it's tax deductible. It's a great evening and it supports a great organization. I can't overemphasize it. It gives back to the community for the great lifestyle that a lot of chefs have in this town.
It sounds, Chef Chris, like you're going to raise a lot of money with that evening.
Well, I hope not. We always have great honorees, and this year we're very proud of the two that we have. We're very proud and honored that both accepted to be the honorees for us. They're good people. Michael Severino, as I say, I knew him. He may not like this, but I met him in 1980 when we were both young.
You were just kids.
Just kids, straight out of cooking school. And he's graciously accepted our invitation, and the Binion Family Foundation, another great organization which helps the community, and they've been very supportive of us for many years as well.
Tickets starting at $195. We will make sure all the links and information is also provided on our Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with the podcast of our discussion today. In-house, we have executive chef for the South Point, all of their restaurants, Chef Christopher Johns. Chef Chris, we always ask as part of Talking Solutions, as listeners, what can we do to help you?
Well, we do have a web page, and we do have a link where you can make a donation. It is donations at Chefs for Kids, CHEFSFORKIDS.org. If you wish to send some money for this great organization, great. If you want to come to the dinner, it's May the 13th. It starts at 5:30 with a silent auction, goes into a great 5-course meal. Chefs at the South Point, many of them have worked on the Strip. They've been in these big mega resorts, and we have quite a lot of talent at the South Point. Michael Gorn, obviously, you know, has always been emphasis on food, quality,
yes.
Consistency, and we have a lot of talent down there. I'm very lucky that I have them working for us, and you can buy tickets for the dinner, or if you just want to volunteer, go to our webpage, chefsforkids.org, see what we do and how you can help us.
Get involved.
You can show up at a breakfast and volunteer and help us there. Fortunately, we get a lot of people from Nellis Air Base come out and help. Some of the airmen and women there, they'll show up and talk to the kids. They love seeing them. They love seeing the chefs in uniform. But if you want to come out and help us, be our guest.
And with 17 different elementary schools around Clark County that you are helping with Chefs for Kids with these breakfasts, I guess you were saying you end up serving like 9,000 meals when you do these breakfasts, because not only is it the second and third graders that are being concentrated on for the knowledge with Chefs for for Kids. When you show up with breakfast, you don't leave anybody out. You feed all the kids.
We feed all the kids, we feed the staff, and very often there'll be parents. They bring the kids to the school, they see the Chefs for Kids truck, and they'll see we're there, they see something different's going on today, and there'll be mothers there with 3 or 4 kids that aren't quite ready to go to school, or 2 kids that aren't ready to go to school, and once all the kids are fed, we let the parents come in and feed the other little munchkins that are there as well.
It sounds like a wonderful day for each of these elementary schools when Chefs for Kids comes out with breakfast for everyone.
We get a lot of thank you cards. The teachers in other classes have the children write little thank you notes. We have big posters that the kids sign. Teachers have the school chant. They'll give it to us and they'll all say, "Thank you, Chefs for Kids." It really is touching and we know they appreciate it, and that's all part of giving back.
It's, I'm sure, as you say, with all thank you notes and such, it is appreciated. And not only are you feeding everyone breakfast at these schools for one day, you're providing something that's a lifetime benefit, and that is knowledge about healthy eating and making sure that they're good about washing their hands and cleaning up and sanitary procedures. A lot of things that are important for functioning well and being healthy and fit and moving. You really are helping to educate the next generation.
Well, we are. And in the hotels, hand washing is very, very important, especially with the health district. They emphasize it. We make sure that all the chefs and culinarians in the hotel use gloves when they're touching ready to eat food and everything like this. Hand-to-hand contact spreads a lot of diseases. So when we emphasize to the children that they wash their hands in between doing tasks, they have to go into the restroom, being out playing and doing whatever little kids get up to nowadays, it's very important to us that we start them off with hygiene. And as I said, we had these little brushes we gave out. They take them home and scrub the fruits and vegetables and things like that with it. It's a well-worth program.
Priceless education.
Yep.
It's going to make for a healthier Las Vegas all the way around.
I think so.
It's Chefs for Kids. Their 26th annual gala is coming up Saturday, May 13th, starting at 5:30 that evening at the South Point. Tickets start at $195. There's a lot of ways you can get involved. We'll make sure that the links for everything and a podcast of today's discussion is on our Talking Solutions Facebook page. Chef Chris, have I forgotten anything?
I don't think so. We have pretty much everything covered. One thing I would like to emphasize is that what we do is all voluntary. Chefs from all over the city get involved in this. We give back. The school district does not pay anything for the Chefs for Kids program, and we're very proud to do this. I've been involved with it for a long, long time. Many, many chefs have. A lot of people in the community support us, but we could always do with more help, more support. And May the 13th, if you're looking for a really enjoyable evening, book a ticket and come to the South Point.
Sounds like a great time. Think about it. All the information's on the Talking Solutions Facebook page. Chef Chris, we have a very strong, very giving community.
Well, as the city's grown over the years, we've all seen it growing. The schools that we go to are at-risk schools, and a lot of these children are on the poverty line or below it. Assisted meal programs. The schools we go to are in some of the older areas of Las Vegas, up and down Boulder Highway, certain old communities. And it is a fact that the mega resorts on the Strip, but we still have these children that are in need, and we're there to help them.
Thank you for giving back. It's Chefs for Kids. The executive chef for the South Point, Chef Christopher Johns, has been our guest today. Thank you so much for joining us today for Talking Solutions.
Well, thank you very much for having us, and hope to see you all at the South Point.